in the sprawling, rust-colored deserts of under the harsh glare of twin suns, an adventure was about to unfold. One that would test the bonds of friendship like never before. It all started on a seemingly ordinary day for our favorite droid duo, C-3PO and R2-D2. They were scavenging for spare parts in a bustling Mos Eisley market, the air thick with the chatter of 100 different species and the smell of sizzling street food. R2-D2, ever the curious astromech, had wandered off down a dusty alleyway, his beeps and whistles echoing faintly. C-3PO, engrossed in haggling over a shiny, new photoreceptor, did Unta notice his companion was missing until an eerie silence fell where Arta's cheerful chirps should have been. Oh dear, where has that little tin can gotten to now?
He muttered, his golden plating gleaming as he turned.
The alley was empty. A sense of dread, cold and unfamiliar, crept into his circuits. All that remained was a single, fresh scorch mark on the ground. Unmistakable sign of a blaster fired at close range. Panic surged through C-3PO's programming. R2 wasn't just a companion. A was family. He frantically questioned nearby vendors, his voice trembling with anxiety. A nervous Rhodian finally pointed a shaky finger towards the sky, describing a sleek, black ship that had descended and vanished just as quickly. Aboard it, he'd glimpsed a small, blue and white astromech being hauled up by a shadowy figure clad in dark armor. A bounty hunter. C-3PO knew he couldn't do this alone. R2 had been taken, and the galaxy was a vast, dangerous place. His mind raced, cataloging every droid they had met, every ally they had made since their adventures began. His first stop was the Lars homestead, now a Quai memorial, but he remembered the loyal service droids who worked there. He found a weary but wise Treadwell droid who, upon hearing the news, offered to help scan local comm channels for any mention of the bounty hunter or their ship. Next, C-3PO journeyed to the vibrant city planet of Curacao. He remembered a sharp-witted protocol droid named Forlom from his time in the droid pits of Geonosis. Forlom had since left his life of bounty hunting and was now a respected information broker in the underworld. With some persuasion and the promise of a rare power cell, 4LO agreed to slice into the Bounty Hunters Guild network. The description matches a new player. Forlom's synthesized voice buzzed. A mysterious assassin known only as the Ghost. They specialize in high-tech captures, leaving no trace. The trail led them to the industrial planet of Mustafar, a fiery world of lava rivers and obsidian fortresses. The Ghost's hidden base was a fortress carved into a volcanic rock face, shielded by advanced cloaking technology. C-3PO's heart, or rather, his central processing unit thumped with fear. How could a protocol droid and a small team of repurposed droids possibly infiltrate such a place? This is where the plan came together. The Treadwell droid, using its deep knowledge of industrial, identified a weakness in the fortress's ventilation system. A tiny, mouse-like MSE-6 droid, one they'd befriended in the halls of the Death Star, was small enough to sneak through the vents and disable the internal security grid. Meanwhile, 4LOM would create a massive digital diversion. Flooding the bounty hunters comes with fake alerts, drawing their attention away from the lower levels. As the diversion began, C-3PO, his golden chassis now covered in soot and grime, led the charge. They navigated the dark, menacing corridors, the heat from the lava below making his joints creak. They finally found the holding cells, and there he was. R2-D2, deactivated, trapped within an energy field. Standing guard was the Ghost, a towering figure whose helmet concealed all emotion. "You are persistent for a protocol droid," the Ghost's voice modulator crackled, raising a deadly-looking pulse rifle. C-3PO knew he was no fighter, but he was fluent in over 6 million forms of communication. He began to speak, not with threats, but with logic and reason. He spoke of R2's value, not in credits, but in friendship. He recounted their shared history, the battles they survived, the laughter, the loyalty. He explained that some things were more valuable than any bounty. As he spoke, the little MSC-6 droid, having completed its primary mission, scuttled to the control panel for the energy field. The Ghost, momentarily distracted by C-3PO's unexpected monologue, didn't notice the tiny droid until it was too late. With a squeak and a spark, the energy field collapsed. R2-D2's lights flickered on, and with a defiant whistle, he shot a jet of oil directly into the Ghost's helmet visor. Blinded and furious, the bounty hunter stumbled back. This was their chance. R2, to me. C-3PO Creed. The droids made a break for it, chaos erupting behind them as R2 activated the fortress's fire suppression system, flooding the corridors with thick, disorienting foam. They scrambled back to their ship, the roars of the enraged bounty hunter echoing behind them. As they blasted off from Mustafar, watching the fiery planet shrink in the viewport, C-3PO placed a hand on R2's dome. R2 let out a series of soft, contented beeps. He hadn't needed a Jedi or a squadron of... All he needed was his best friend and the unlikely family of droids they had built along the way. Together, they were more than just wires and circuits. They were heroes, and they were finally going home. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more adventures from a galaxy far away.